Hello everyone and welcome to my channel Extend Beyond Borders. I'm Tia and today's video is going to be about the 2020 new book releases that I'm excited to read. So the first book is written by Suzanne Collins and it is called The Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes. If you know me, you know I am a Hunger Games fan, so I will definitely be reading this book. This book takes place 64 years before the Hunger Games series. It's actually the 10th Hunger Games, and I have a lot of questions. If it's the 10th Hunger Games, that means it's fairly new, and that means they know life before this tradition started. Whereas in the Hunger Games series with Katniss, this is all they've known. It was the 75th, 74th, 75th. You know, they already, this is what life was like. It doesn't make it right or good, but it was the norm. Like every year they were ready for it. They knew there was going to be a reaping and they knew somebody was going to the Hunger Games from each district. The 10th Hunger Games, for me, it seems like there would be a lot of resistance. So I don't know. I'm just really curious to see how the world is during this 10th Hunger Games series. I cannot wait to read this book. I believe it comes out in May, so that will definitely be a summer read for me. The second book that I am very excited to read is Clap When You Land by Elizabeth Acevedo. This is an author that all you really have to do is tell me her name and that she has a new book, and I know I'm going to read it. I don't even need to know what the book is about because I love her writing and I love her stories. I feel like they are so relevant and timely, and she has a way with words to put it together in such a beautiful manner. This book is about two sisters who have only learned of each other once their father has passed away. This book is also written in verse. I loved her other two books with The Fire on High and The Poet X, so it's no doubt that I will read this book. I'm sure I will love it as well. Clap When You Land also comes out in May 2020, so I will definitely be picking that up and reading it. The next book that I will definitely be reading in 2020 is Transcendent Kingdom by Yaa Gyasi. This book is about a family from Ghana that's living in Alabama, and they experience the death of a family member. I believe it's the mother's son, and the main character, which would be his sister, she is a PhD student that is studying neuroscience in a school of medicine at some big top university. Don't remember which one, but she is going to use studying neuroscience to try to figure out a way to try to understand her family and that healing process. And then somewhere along the way, faith starts to play a role into this also. It seems like this book will address like mental health, mental wellness, as well as science and religion, faith and religion. And so once you combine all of those into the story of a family's tragedy and the process of healing, that sounds like an amazing book to read, and I'm sure I will love it. One thing I'm excited for about this book that's different from Homegoing is Homegoing, which is her previous book. Homegoing was a story that told a family's lineage. And so each chapter we were reading about different characters as we learned about the family's lineage. So this book it seems to be different because it seems like we're going to be focused on one family, which is the one thing in Homegoing that I really wish is that I wanted to learn more about each family and each character. So seems like this book I will get that, and she's an amazing writer as well, and she knows how to tell a story. So I will definitely be reading Transcendent Kingdom. The next book I'll read is the next two books actually are books by Nick Stone. The first book is Clean Getaway, which is a middle grades book. Yes, I read middle grades books. It is a story about a boy and his grandmother on a road trip. For some reason, I started to get the vibes of Bud Not Buddy. I don't know if that's accurate. When I read the book, I will see and let you all know. but it's just something about the adventure, I guess, that makes me think about Bud Not Buddy. But I don't know too much about what's going to happen in the book. I'm just excited to read a book. I've read other books from hers, and I'm pretty sure this will be a good read as well. The second book from hers is the sequel to Dear Martin, and this book is called Dear Justice. And if you've read Dear Martin, the main character Justice was like writing letters to Martin Luther King as he started to navigate life and dealing with race and justice. In this book, I believe someone's writing to Justice. I'm ready to learn how his story continues. I don't know if he's like the main character in this book, or if we're gonna be focused. It seems like it's gonna be focused on another character, but he's writing to Justice, so we'll still learn a little bit about Justice through these letters. I don't know. All I know is I'm gonna read it and I'll find out and let you know. Last book is How Beautiful We Were by Mbolo Mbue. She is telling the story of how the Western world can impact the continent of Africa. Specifically, there's this village that's been negatively impacted by an American oil company. There's a brutal dictator there. And the people in that village eventually decide to stand up and fight against these systems. And obviously that comes with a lot of risk and dangers. And so that's kind of how that story takes off. I have read from this author before. I read the book Behold the Dreamers, so I really enjoyed that book. I'm looking forward to this book. This book comes out in June, so another summer read for me. Okay, so those are the books that I'm looking forward to reading in 2020. Let me know what's on your list. I'm sure there's books that I don't know about, that I haven't heard of. So if there's anything interesting that you're looking forward to reading, just let me know down below in the comments. Thank you for watching my video, and I will see you all next time. Bye.